Alright, it's the final part. I have 3 minutes on my phone. Yeah. The show will be out, guys, in a good, like, week and, like, a good month and a week around there. A good, what, like 38 days from now, the show will be released. So a good month and, like, 8 days from now, the Rings of Power will be released on Amazon Prime. I recommend, even though I think the show will be okay, I recommend all you people around the world, you support Amazon, you check it out on Amazon Prime. That's how nice I am. Check out Rings of Power. It'll be coming out on J.R. Tolkien's birthday, September 2nd. September 2nd on Amazon Prime. I recommend you guys watch it on Amazon Prime. And you know what I'm saying? Show some love. But I told you, because what? Because Amazon does not have the source material of the prequels, obviously, of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. Something tells me the show will be okay. It won't be great, man. It'll be an okay show. You know what I'm saying? It'll be an okay show. I don't think it'll be terrible, but I don't think it'll be great. I think it'll be like in between good and bad. It'll be okay. I don't know, a 6 out of 10 show. I think it'll be okay. I saw the trailer. There's some stuff in the trailer that looks promising. It looks pretty good, but it doesn't feel like Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. It feels like Game of Thrones. I don't know. It feels like a mixture of The Hobbit and Game of Thrones. You know how when you watch The Hobbit, even though The Hobbit feels like Lord of the Rings, it feels a little bit different than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, because Peter Jackson filmed it in digital. You know what I'm saying? He filmed with the Red Epic digital cameras, obviously the 3D Red Epic digital cameras, and he relied on like full CGI orcs and for the Hobbit and all that stuff. And that's why the movie wasn't nothing like the like Lord of the Rings the originals. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Hence why I'm gonna keep harping on this topic, man. I'm gonna tell Peter Jackson, Peter, you know the Rings of Power? All right, yeah, I know that show. Yeah. You remember how that show was nothing like it's nothing like your Lord of the Rings series. You know how it looks the world looks amazing, but it looks very, very. So even though Amazon put, I don't know, $250 million towards the show, towards the season, they're putting a good like $250 million towards each of the 4 seasons. You know what I'm saying? You know how the world looks amazing, obviously, but some sections it looks a bit CGI computer. Yes, I'm not a fan of that computery CGI look, like The Hobbit and Rings of Power, Peter. I want the natural look, like Robin Hood. Remember Robin Hood, the movie that came out like 12 years ago with Russell Crowe, with Kate Blanchett. Remember that, and Oscar Isaac. That bloody Judas, son. Remember how it looked very natural? Yes, I want the natural look for Zanus. The world looks amazing, obviously, better than even Avatar and Rings of Power and Lord of the Rings and all those movies, obviously. But the world looks very natural, obviously. The wolves and bats look natural. They're frightening, horrid demons, obviously, but they look natural. Think of that mask I showed you, that animal picture I showed you a couple days ago when I made that video. Think of demons 3 times scarier than that for the wolves and the bats. Think of something like that for the art, for their costumes and mask. But the wolves look like like Pennywise a clown, and the bats look like a hybrid of the boss of the Rings and that devil being an animal. That they're 3 times scarier. I'm gonna tell John Howe and all of them that. That way they know. Looking at an amazing movie, yeah. So, Peter, trust me, I know what I'm doing. If you have Eretep be a full-on CGI wolf, the movie won't be as good. It'll still be a masterpiece, obviously, but it won't be as good. If you have Eretep full-on CGI like Thanos and Azog in The Hobbit, I'm saying the movie won't be as good, man. You need to have him look natural. He'll be scarier if he looks natural. If you have him look natural, the orcs in Lord of the Rings are scarier than the orcs in The Hobbit. The orcs in The Hobbit are not that scary. So I'm saying they looked a bit cheesy and computery. You know what I'm saying? Full CGI is good, but if you CGI is good, but if you use too much of it, it can look a bit cheesy and computery. You know what I'm saying? Because even though CGI makes your world look amazing, at the end of the day, it's a computer software technology. Because it's a computer software technology, if you have too much of it, your world will look a bit computery, which I don't like. I don't like that computery look. I like CGI. It makes your world look amazing, but you need to mix it with big sets so way your world looks amazing. See what I'm saying? Remember that city in The Hobbit? Yeah, I saw it behind the scenes. They only built like a 0.5 acre set, and they had like all green screen, and they applied it onto the screen. The world looked amazing, but looked very, very computery. You see what I'm saying? Whereas the Shire The Shire in the what? The Shire and Helm's Deep in Lord of the Rings looked very, very natural. It looked amazing. The set looked amazing, but it looked very natural because they built the big sets, a big Helm's Deep set. They built big sets, and the world looked amazing. Yeah, if you, I'm gonna tell Peter for the exterior of Zanus, Cyrus, Southwest. I'm thinking something like Helm's Deep. You get that nice look. As you're saying, yeah, and they build actual big sets for all the lands. Obviously, where the interior when the scenes where we're inside, we can build it on a studio, obviously, and you just add in the special effects. You can do that. Remember how in Elijah Wood's Last Day, it's on YouTube. It shows Frodo sitting down. You have the green screen. You can do something like that for the scenes when we're indoor. Okay, the scenes when we're indoor, Peter, I don't mind if we build a small set indoor and we apply the green screen and blue screen. Obviously, for the scenes, the banquet hall scenes, the throne room scenes, and all that stuff. You can have those built in a studio if you want. Was the exterior shots when we're outside and in the city and all that stuff, build the sets on location like you did for Helm's Deep in the Shire. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ivan, what do you think of for Shire? Remember that picture I showed you guys in my what? Oh, I forget what video did I make. I think it was my networking video that I made. Yeah, my networking video. Remember the networking video that I made a couple years ago? Remember when I showed you that picture of Cyrus? You had those green, you had the hill, you had those green steps. I'm thinking something like that for Cyrus. You have like, so even though it's, so my world will be an advanced medieval world. Like Peter, I want it to be an advanced fantasy world. An advanced fantasy world. You have Cyrus. You can have these green steps. You have the farm area, and you have like these homes and the steps. Something advanced. You can do some of that for Cyrus if you want. Something advanced, yeah. Something advanced. Something advanced for Cyrus. Yeah. Peter will be like Ivan. I'll talk about Peter Jackson and Guillermo Toro now because I think I want to delve into this Zanus topic because I'm not a fan of the full CGI look. Give me a second. I'm gonna go get a coffee upstairs. Don't hate me. Skip the video if you don't want to wait. Sorry for the long wait. If you guys hate when I do this, I recommend you skip the video. You guys have to wait, I don't know, 4 minutes. I got a coffee and I took a piss. I always skip the video. It's annoying waiting. I always skip the video, obviously. Yeah, so Peter Jackson, I'm gonna have this serious talk with Peter. You know what I'm saying? When we discuss the movie in the boardroom in the concert room, obviously our nice concert room. You know what I'm saying? It'll be me, VJ, Peter Jackson, Guillermo del Toro, George Lucas, obviously, and I'll have John Favreau, Dave Filoni, or the Russo brothers, or whoever I hire in the room with me and VJ. Obviously, we're gonna have this big talk for my movie. Obviously, and when I tell Peter Jackson I don't want Airtat to be a full-on CGI, he'll be shocked. He'll be like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Ivan, like CGI is where it's at today, man. Everyone uses CGI for their villains, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, you know what I'm saying? And yeah." For Justice League, the main villain was a CGI character. For you know what I'm saying? For Marvel and for Marvel Avengers, the main what? Stephen Wolf in what? Stephen Wolf in what? In what? In Justice League was full on CGI. You know what I'm saying? Thanos was full on CGI. Yeah, even though they look amazing, they look a little cheesy because they look too computery. So that's why I'm not a fan of that computery look. You know what I'm saying? Ivan, like you're among the rarity, man. Everyone in Hollywood loves CGI. Peter Jackson will be shocked. I heard Guillermo del Toro is not a fan of CGI. So Guillermo del Toro will be like, I think that's a good idea. I think you should stay away from full CGI. Yes, Guillermo del Toro. Stay away from full CGI. I'm not a fan of that full. In my opinion, full CGI it seems a bit lazy. You rely on the computer technology software to fill in all the blanks. Yeah, your world looks amazing, but it looks very computery and it can look a little cheesy and goofy sometimes. You see what I'm saying? You know how like Thanos looked amazing, obviously, but he looked a little bit computery because he was a full on CGI character. You see what I'm saying? CGI is good, but you need to mix it with your physical effects. You need to mix it with your physical, especially for your world building. For your world building, you have to have your world look natural, man. You know what I'm saying? It depends what kind of movie you're doing. If you're doing Star Trek, Marvel, those kind of movies, DC, you can have full CGI if you want. CGI is good for those movies, but if you're doing like a fantasy movie, you know what I'm saying? I think you should stay away from CGI. Otherwise, your world will look too computery and won't look as good. Compare The Hobbit and Rings of Power to Lord of the Rings. You see a huge difference. Lord of the Rings looks very, very natural. The first two movies look natural. Was Return of the King had goofy CGI. Because the Return of the King, they used a lot of CGI for the movie, obviously. And it looked a little cheesy in some sections, obviously, Return of the King. That's why I'm not a fan of that full CGI, Peter. But Peter Jackson was shocked. He's like, Ivan, you don't want Airtat to be a full-on CGI. Like, CGI is where it's at today, Ivan. Like, CGI is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want the Wolves and Bats to be full-on CGI characters, Ivan. Like, that's where it's at. And I'm like, no, Peter, I know what I'm doing. I want the actors to wear a costume and the mask. Obviously, I don't want Airtat and them to wear masks what the orcs wore in Lord of the Rings. No, otherwise it won't be as good. No, I want them wearing a more professional mask, like that animal picture I showed. Peter's like, Ivan, what are you thinking of then? If you don't want Airtat to be a full-on CGI wolf, Guillermo del Toro's like, Ivan, what about a werewolf? You know what I'm saying? What if Airtat looks like a werewolf? I'm like, no, Guillermo del Toro, I don't want Airtat to look like a werewolf. Otherwise, the movie won't be as good. You do not have Airtat be a wolf on four legs, otherwise the movie will flop, man. It will flop. If you have Airtat be a full-on CGI wolf on four legs, the movie will flop, obviously. If you have Airtat look like a werewolf, like Underworld, flop. The movie won't be as good. Stay away from werewolf Airtat. Stay away from wolf on four legs Airtat. Have Airtat be an animal, but he has human features like Pennywise the Clown. If you do that, the movie you're looking at and have me to tell himself, you're looking at a masterpiece. I know I'm doing, man. Peter Jackson's like, holy yeah. If you have Airtat as a wolf on four legs, the movie won't be as good. Yeah, as when you read my book, Airtat is not a wolf on four legs. He's a master wolf. He's a devil wolf king in the south. He's not. I don't describe him being a wolf on four legs. And I don't describe him as a werewolf either. He's a master wolf. Obviously. He is a master wolf. You see what I'm saying? Tell Peter and Guillermo that the way they know. And John Farrell was like, Ivan, what are you thinking of then? You know what I'm saying? He's like, what are you thinking of, Ivan? I don't know, John. I'm thinking. I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know, Peter. I'm thinking what? I'm thinking something like this. Hey, Ivan, what are you thinking of for the costumes and masks for Eritad and the wolves and bats? I'm thinking something like this. I want both the bat characters and the wolf characters to wear like a mask and costume like this. It's they're 3 times scarier than this picture's here. Who's just like, holy shit, man, that's pretty cool. That's nice, Ivan. Yeah, yeah, Ivan, you're looking at demons. Like, man, like, remember Annabelle, that demon in the movie that was fucking freaky? Yeah, think of something 3 times scarier. Now, Ivan, you're looking at demons, Ivan. Yeah, they look natural. I want Eric looking natural like that demon in Annabelle, the movie. Remember how Demon Annabelle looked very natural, but it was very scary? When I saw them through, that was freaky, obviously. Have Eric them look like that. They're natural. They look natural, but they're demons. You know what I'm saying? So the actors will wear the mask and the costume. The extras will wear the mask. For the extras, I might just have them wear a mask, and I can have them just wear like this, wear this like quick clothing, obviously, and they what? I can easily afford it. $37 budget, I can easily afford to have all the extras wear their costumes and masks. I can easily afford it. Costumes and masks are not that expensive. They only cost like, I don't know, $500. They're not that expensive. Easy afford it. All right, $37 budget, we can easily afford to pay for this. Yeah, I can easily afford to pay for it, easily. $37 is more than enough money, man. Yeah. Rent a good like 5 machines. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ask Peter, Mike, Peter, do you happen to know the company that created this mask and costumes for Annabelle? Ask him that. I might have an idea, and we call that company. We rent the very machines that created the costumes and masks for the animal demon and Annabelle. That way we can create all the masks and costumes for Eritat and all of them. So Benjamin Cumberbatch is chosen, or William Dafoe. Obviously, he's chosen for Eritat. Obviously, they're going to be wearing that demon mask for like 9 months. Yeah, man. That's why you got to hire a psychologist, because Benjamin Cumberbatch or William Dafoe or whoever I hire, obviously, there's other good candidates out there who I can choose. You know what I'm saying? Who else is good for Eritat out there? Yeah, but my top 2 candidates right now are probably Benjamin Cumberbatch and William Dafoe, because they Benjamin Cumberbatch voiced Smaug and William Dafoe was a Green Goblin. Hence, they're both very very good for Eritat. Obviously, you can have those two compete for the role if you want. You can have William Dafoe compete. You can have Benjamin Cumberbatch compete for the role. I'll pay those guys $6 million for the role. But because they're big, I can give them 0.03% of the profits to keep them happy, obviously. So Benjamin Cumberbatch signed his I don't know, it's like 16 to like $19 million deal. It's a good deal for him, obviously. If 1.5 million people buy our movie, Benjamin Cumberbatch will be making like 17 million in royalties with his 6 million salary. 16 million royalties will make around there. Yeah. 15 million. Yeah, he made a lot of money on it. So to keep him happy, give him 0.003% of the profits. That's good for Ben. And William Dafoe, I'll give him 0.03. They're both worth about the same amount of money. William Dafoe is worth like 30. Benjamin Cumberbatch is worth like 40. Obviously. That's my deal for them, obviously. Yeah, I'm gonna tell Peter. Do you know the company? Do you know the company? Do you know the company that the Annabelle, that the Annabelle, that the Annabelle, that the? Do you know the company that? Do you know the company that created the mask for this devil being an Annabelle for what? For the movie? Oh, I might know the company. We call that very company. It'll be in the system, obviously, and we call that company, and we rent the machines that designs those kind of masks and armor, those kind of masks and costumes for the demon wolves and demon bats. Whereas the eagles and the crows, the wild stags, the snakes, the jaguars, and the mosquitoes, that's all full CGI, obviously. They're all going to be, those are all full CGI, obviously. Whereas for Eritan, I don't want them to be full on CGI. You see what I'm saying? Otherwise, the movie won't be as good. It'll still be a good movie, obviously. It'll still be a masterpiece, but it won't be as good because Eritan he'll be scary, the devil, obviously, but he'll look a bit cheesy and computery. I'm not a fan of that full CGI, cheesy computery look, man. You know what I'm saying? It looks much better when they look natural. I know what I'm doing, trust me. That's why I'm looking at the Walking Devil himself for Eritan. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. John Favreau was like, yeah, I directed Lion King. You can get some symbolism from your story to Lion King. Yeah, in Lion King, Mufasa is the king. He's a king, obviously, and Simba is the heir. He's a prince, obviously. And Mufasa is like, everything the light touches is my kingdom. And once anything the light does not touch is not my kingdom. It's some symbolism with Zanus too. Everything from the city's edge to the Valley of Blood is Tactius the First Kingdom. He's a king of the north, the king of Zanus, and Tactius, his son, is a prince of the south to be king, the heir. The moment you pass the Blood Valley from the south, from the north, you're now in the south, and that is now you're now in Aratat's region. He's a king of He's a king of the south. And the moment you journey further west, obviously into the mountain regions, that's Ephesus territory. He's the king bat of the mountains. He's the king bat of the mountains. You see what I'm saying? He's the king bat of the mountains. That's what looking at matches that I wrote, man. Think something better than Lion King, guys. Lion King is a masterpiece. And yet Zanus is better than Lion King. Yeah, man. But you can get some similarities with Lion King and Zanus, too. Some symbolism, obviously. That's why John Favreau will have a lot of good ideas for my Zanus movie. Yeah, Ivan, I have a lot of ideas for a movie. I directed Lion King, I know. So I have a lot of good ideas for a movie, Ivan. You'd have some symbolism with Lion King. Yeah, John Favreau and Dave Filoni come with all these ideas for my movie, and they help me out, obviously, yeah. Before I even hire all those guys, I'm gonna be prepped. I'm gonna take my like 6 to 10 pages worth of notes with VJ, and we're gonna plan out the 3 volumes and discuss the changes that should be made in the movie. Obviously, the changes should be made in the movie. Obviously, we're gonna study the Fellowship Ring script, and I'm gonna read the Sidefield book too, multiple times too. That way I'm prepped. Obviously. That way I am prepped. That way whenever I hire Peter Jackson, I am prepped. I'm not lost. I already know what I'm saying. I'm going to print out, hey VJ, let's go on Google. Okay, VJ, what do you think of this for Aratat? I think that's cool. Yeah, I want Aratat to look something like Pennywise the Clown. I want Aratat to look something like Pennywise the Clown, except he's a wolf and he has human features. Tell VJ that, the way she knows, obviously. And at Feasts, I want him looking something like this devil being an animal to hire the boss over Lord of the Rings. And then me and VJ, we can print out those pictures. We print out those pictures, and then that way when we fly in Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson, or Remator and all them, we show them the pictures that way they know, and we're prepped. Obviously. We can even look at pictures on Google for ideas we have for the north and the south. Well, no, for the lands, I'll just have John Howe and Alan Lee. I'll rely on their creative minds to design my lands, obviously. But it doesn't hurt to give them, okay, for Saphis, I'm thinking something like Minas Tirith Gondor. You see what I'm saying? It's a stone city. There's a narrow wall entrance. There's a stone city. There's a couple trees in front, you know what I'm saying? For Zanus, I'm thinking something like Rivendell. You give us some ideas. It's a holy land, obviously. I'm thinking something like like Rivendell for the north. It's holy. For the south, I'm thinking, for Barak, I'm thinking something like Isengard. You show them this picture here. For the Forest of Valakia, I'm thinking something like, I don't know, like a Sheik in Star Wars, something like that. Except it's cursed. The Forest is cursed. Give them some good ideas. Yeah, the way you know it. Yeah, I'm not going to tell them. Look, guys, I'm not going to tell you all my ideas. I'm gonna have to rely on your creativity to draw all lands. Draw multiple designs for each of the lands and characters. That way, me, VJ, and Peter Jackson, Toro, and all of them can look at the pictures. Obviously, you see what I'm saying? We can look at the pictures. Pictures for the movie. You see what I'm saying? Look at the pictures for the movie, obviously. But the most exciting one will be the characters, man. Designing all those devil beings like Aratat, Ephesus, Faful, his son, Morale, the general, Bull, the pit watcher, Mass Bastard Demon, Aratat's servants. You know what I'm saying? Darius the blacksmith, the Aratat's demon crows, the eagles, Ephesus, the bats, the cursed devil answers herself. I want them to also design the cursed devil answers herself. The cursed devil answers herself are what? Are made up of wolves and bats, obviously. Whereas the holy answers of the north are what? Are human. I don't want to spoil the story for you. Obviously. Okay, Ivan, what are you thinking of for the holy answer? I don't know, I'm thinking something like Gandalf for the holy answer of the north. What are you thinking of? You know what I'm saying? But for the holy answer of the north, I don't want them to be, I want them to be black, white, and like Arabic. You have a mixture. That way you don't create contradictions in the story. And the holy answer itself are bats and wolves, but they're all devils. They're just as scary as Aratat and all them. I want them to be devils, guys, and they appear, they watch in the sky and all that stuff. See what I'm saying? And the answers of the North are holy. The holy answers of the North are holy, obviously. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil the story for you, obviously. Obviously. Remember that boss orc in Lord of the Rings? Remember how he was freaky? Yeah, think something 3 times scarier than that, guys. Remember the ring race in Lord of the Rings? How they were freaky? Yeah, you know how the ring race look very natural in Fellowship of the Ring? Yeah, I want them looking natural like that, the wolves and bats, except they're 3 times scarier than... Because I'm applying $400 million towards special effects, you're looking at walking devils on the screen. Something so scary that you guys are gonna feel for me and the so scary, guys. You guys are gonna cry for me. You might cry for me and the men. Some of the women and some of you guys, some of you guys might cry for me, the men, and yeah, man. There was once I showed Peter Jackson, once me, VJ Peter Jackson, and Gibson, we decided what picture we want for Airtet, obviously, and he feasts and all them. You know what I'm saying? And Peter Jackson sees the concept art picture. He's like, you know what I'm saying? I know he sees the sketches of John Howe and Alan Lee that all John Howe and Alan Lee draw. And then we bring that picture to life. We have the graphic designers design the picture for us, obviously, with the colors and everything. You know, it's brought to life, obviously. And Peter Jackson and Guillermo Toro and John Farrow and all see the picture like, holy shit, Ivan, that's fucking scary. We all have goosebumps. Ivan, that's disturbing, man. Children won't be able to watch this. Ivan, this movie's gonna have crazy buzz. We just shook the world. Ivan, you're gonna create a demonic mask based off this concept art here. Yes, Peter, I want to create a demonic mask similar to that Annabelle Devil picture and I showed you, obviously. Something 3 times scarier than that for Airtet and Feast in the Wolves, obviously. Ivan, the mask is already horrific enough, and you're gonna apply $400 million towards that demonic mask, Ivan, you're looking at the devil himself, Ivan. You just be shocked. Oh, Guillermo with Ivan, you're looking at walking devils, man. You're looking at like something so scary. Something so scary, Ivan, you're looking at a revolution of horror, like all these adults around this movie's gonna have crazy buzz, yeah. It's such Airtet's so scary that you guys are gonna feel for me and the men. You're gonna feel for me and all the actors. You're gonna feel for Idris Elba. You're gonna feel for John Boyega. You're gonna feel for Von Joja. You're gonna feel for Don Cheadle. You're gonna feel for Andy Serkis. They all fight in the book, in the movie, in the book, right? You're gonna feel for the actor for Eli, Sirius, Cornelius. You're gonna feel for what? Rihanna Grande, Danielle Minette, Angelina Bassett. You're gonna feel for all those. You're gonna feel for the men the most because the men fight the wolves and the bats, whereas the women don't fight in the book, obviously, but they experience the horror of demon bats and Airtet and the wolves, obviously. You're gonna feel for my wife VJ. VJ is gonna experience the horror of the bats and wolves too, of Airtet and all them. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Hence why Zanes will have the craziest buzz of all my movies because you're looking at the Walking Devil himself for Airtet, obviously. Who's asking me, Ivan, man? Like, Ivan, you're putting $400 million towards special effects towards these demonic masks you're gonna create off this concert art, Ivan. Ivan, this concert art already gives me goosebumps, and the mask is even scarier than this concert art. No, I'm saying you're gonna apply $400 towards that devil mask, Ivan. You're looking at demons, Ivan, devils. Yeah, you're looking at demons and devils. Yeah, man. And Peter John's like, holy shit, this movie will have crazy buzz. You know, Ivan, you're looking like the best movie trilogy ever made. If you have Airtet be the devil and you're the prince fighting the devil, obviously, and you have this story, you're born as a kid, you grow up in Zanes, you're looking at a masterpiece of a story, Ivan. Yeah, man. If you pour $90 million towards Zanes, have me acting, obviously, have VJ acting it as Lithia. You hire the right actors, obviously. You pour so much money towards salaries to pay the actors their millions and the crewmen their rich $100,000, obviously. You give the actors pieces of royalties. And you pour $400 million towards special effects. Obviously, more money towards the costumes, armors, and weapons. The extras. You know what I'm saying? The cameras. Rent the best IMAX cameras. You pay Peter Jackson his unheard of salary and then give him pieces of royalties. Everyone will work harder for you and the actors will destroy the role. You'll get the best movie ever made. Obviously. Even the voice actors for Airtet and for Fool are going to destroy the role. Because in Hollywood, voice actors get shitty money. They only get like $500,000 in Hollywood. I guarantee you the actor for Thanos only made like $1 million. $800,000 he made. Josh Brolin, whatever his name is. Yeah, he probably only made like $500,000 for Thanos. You know, I'm paying the voice actors for Airtet like $6 million, $2 to like $6 million, depending on who he is. And I'm paying the voice actor for full like 1.5 million. Rich salary, hence they're all going to work harder for me, obviously. Yeah. And I gave them a piece of the royalties. And these actors will work hard for me. These A's actors, if to end it off here, if you thought, I'm not kidding around, if you thought all these Lord of the Rings actors destroyed the role, guys, in Lord of the Rings, you can only imagine how these actors are going to destroy the role so much, they're going to lose themselves in character, man. They're going to destroy the role, man. Because I paid them the rich millions, I gave them a piece of profits. Hence, and I saved the rest, and I spoiled them with perks, obviously, hence they're going to destroy the role. Completely destroy the role. Hence why Zane's will be the best movie trilogy ever made. Even better than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings by a slim margin. Anyways, if this video, I'm going to upload this video. Enjoy the show, and I'll go to bed. I'll wake up around probably 7 o'clock, and I might make another video. So, Ivan Amara, I'm signing up. Peace.